What if the universe has never heard your prayers because you have been speaking a language it does not recognize? Imagine a hidden code, an ancient hermetic key that transforms every yearning into a tangible reality. Are you prepared to become an initiate of that secret? In the ancient myth of Phaethon, a reckless son dared to command the sun, only to be swallowed by his own hubris. He shouted to the heavens, demanded power, yet his tongue spoke in the language of desperation. He did not understand that the cosmos does not answer pleas, it answers resonances. In the same way, modern souls raise their voices to the night sky, believing that louder cries will summon their desires. The truth whispers that the universe is not deaf. It is selective. It listens only to the language of resonance, to vibrations that align with its own harmonic order. Consider the principle of correspondence, the cornerstone of Hermetic wisdom. As above, so below. Your inner vibration mirrors the outer reality. When your thoughts are tangled in fear, the signal you emit is a static that the cosmos cannot decode. When you align your intention with the archetype of the seeker, you become a conduit, a living sigil that the universe can read. By the end of this journey, you will know the 3 archetypal frequencies that turn supplication into manifestation. If the notion of a hidden language awakens a spark within you, give this video a gentle like. The universe appreciates reverence. The architecture of cosmic silence is built upon the misunderstanding of what it means to petition. The words please and thank you are human-centric, rooted in social contracts, and dissolve like mist when cast into the infinite field. The universe does not respond to etiquette, it responds to intentional alignment. This first frequency, the seed archetype, is the intentional alignment of thought, feeling, and word. Ask yourself, what part of your current desire is merely an echo of fear rather than a true intention? Share in the comments the word that best describes the intention you wish to align with the cosmos. Having understood why the universe appears deaf, we now learn how to recalibrate our inner antenna. The ritual of resonant speech begins with the initiation of the word. In Vedic tradition, Shabda is the power of sound, the breath that creates worlds. Vocal tonality, breath, and purposeful silence become the 3 pillars of this initiation. To manifest, you must follow a 3-step formula, the Hermetic triad. First, clarify. Hold a precise image of what you seek. Second, compress. Condense that image into a single archetypal symbol. Third, emit. Speak the symbol with the rhythm of your heart. Listen now as I whisper a chosen phrase, visualizing a luminous sigil that pulses in the night. The words become vessels, and the cargo you load determines the destiny of the signal. What cargo are you loading for the universe? If this resonance awakens you, press the subscribe bell. Join a fellowship of seekers who honor the universe. With the vessel prepared, we must now chart the currents that will carry it. The second frequency, emotional magnetism, is the current that propels intention. Emotions are not mere feelings. They are the kinetic energy that moves the ether. The Hermetic law of vibration declares that everything is in motion. A static desire never reaches the ether. The archetype of the alchemist teaches us to transform mundane feeling into pure, resonant energy. Close your eyes and picture an ember of feeling rising from your chest, brightening with each breath, aligning with the spoken phrase. What feeling do you guard most tightly, and how might releasing it amplify your signal? If this insight strikes a chord, give this video a like. The universe feels gratitude through our collective resonance. Now we turn to the 3rd frequency, the field of intentional manifestation. Here, the cosmos does not merely receive, it co-creates. The law of attraction is not a superficial mantra. It is the dance of synchronized frequencies. When your intention, emotion, and word vibrate as one, you become a harmonic node, a point where possibility folds into actuality. To harness this, you must practice the art of silent affirmation. After you have spoken your compressed symbol, allow a pause, a sacred silence that lets the universe absorb the imprint. In that silence, your heart beats a steady mantra, a pulse that the cosmos mirrors back to you. Consider the ancient practice of the mystics who would stand beneath a starry dome, whisper a single syllable, and then listen to the echo of the heavens. Their success was not in the volume of the whisper, but in the purity of its resonance. What if you could replace every frantic request with a single, crystal-clear affirmation? How would your life change if the universe answered not to the noise but to the quiet certainty of your inner truth? If you feel the truth of this, share your thoughts in the comments. I truly want to know your perspective. The final stage of this initiation is the integration of the 3 frequencies into daily practice. Each morning, before the sun rises, sit in stillness, breathe deeply, and visualize the archetypal symbol of your desire. Let the breath shape the symbol, the heart set its rhythm, and the mind clarify its purpose. Then, with a voice that carries the weight of intention, utter the compressed phrase. Hold the silence that follows as a sacred bridge, allowing the cosmos to respond in its own time. This practice is not a fleeting habit. It is a rite of passage, a daily initiation that transforms you from a supplicant into a co-author of reality. The universe does not hand out miracles to those who merely ask. It gifts them to those who speak in the language of resonance. Remember, the cosmos is a tapestry of infinite threads, each vibrating at its own frequency. When you align your thread with the pattern of your deepest desire, you weave yourself into the fabric of what will become. If this revelation is opening new doors for you, consider subscribing. Together, we will explore deeper layers of forbidden knowledge. As we conclude this first part of our journey, contemplate the question that lies at the heart of every seeker. Are you ready to abandon the old language of pleading and step into the sacred dialect of the universe? The answer resides within the silence that follows each breath, waiting for you to speak it aloud. The silence you feel in that moment is not an absence, but a fertile womb of possibility, a darkened chamber where the seed of your intention can germinate before it is cast into the vast expanse of the cosmos. In the ancient rites of the mystery schools, the aspirant would first be taught to sit within the void, to listen not with the ears but with the inner eye, to allow the subtle currents of the universe to brush against the surface of his awareness. Only then, when the mind has been emptied of the chatter that binds it to the mundane, could the seeker speak a word that would reverberate across the plains of existence. Consider, for a moment, the archetype of the weaver. In the mythic tapestry of creation, the weaver is the one who knows how each thread interlaces with the next, who understands that a single strand, when pulled with purpose, can alter the entire pattern. To become a weaver of your own destiny, you must first recognize the 3 frequencies that have been whispered to you throughout this discourse. The frequency of intentional alignment, the frequency of emotional magnetism, and the frequency of resonant articulation. Each one is a pillar upon which the edifice of manifestation stands, and each must be cultivated with the same devotion that a monk offers his daily prayers. Begin today, as the first light of dawn begins to bleed across the horizon, by entering a state of stillness that feels as ancient as the stones of a forgotten temple. Sit upon a cushion or a simple chair, allowing your spine to rise like the trunk of a sacred tree. Close your eyes and draw a breath that travels deep into the belly, feeling the rise and fall as if you were inhaling the very breath of the universe itself. As you exhale, imagine releasing every fragment of doubt, every echo of past failures, every word that has ever been spoken in desperation rather than in certainty. Let those fragments dissolve into the ether, becoming part of the background hum that supports all creation. Now, turn your attention inward to the core of your desire. Visualize it not as a vague wish, but as a precise symbol, an emblem that captures the essence of what you seek. Perhaps it is a radiant sun for abundance, a flowing river for emotional clarity, or a sturdy oak for steadfast purpose. Allow this symbol to take shape in the theater of your mind, its edges sharp, its colors vivid. Feel the texture of its surface, hear the subtle sounds that accompany it, and let it settle into the center of your chest, where the heart beats in rhythm with the pulse of the cosmos. With the symbol anchored, move to the second frequency, emotional magnetism. Here, you are called to generate a feeling that matches the vibration of your intention. This is not a fleeting happiness or a superficial excitement. It is a deep, resonant state of being that aligns your entire energetic field with the frequency of your desire. Recall a moment in your life when you felt pure, unadulterated joy, or when you experienced a profound sense of inner peace. Bring that feeling back, amplify it, and let it swell until it fills every cell of your body. As the emotion rises, imagine it as a luminous tide that lifts your symbol, carrying it upward toward the heavens. The third frequency, resonant articulation, is the moment when you give voice to the intention you have cultivated. In the silence that follows the breath, allow a single phrase to emerge, one that compresses the entirety of your desire into a crystal-clear affirmation. This phrase should be concise, powerful, and infused with the rhythm of your heart. Speak it aloud, letting the sound travel from the depths of your throat, resonating through the chambers of your chest and echoing into the surrounding space. As you utter the words, feel the vibration of each syllable aligning with the symbol in your mind, the emotion in your heart, and the intention in your soul. After the phrase has been spoken, do not rush to fill the void with further chatter. Instead, hold the silence as a sacred bridge, a thin membrane through which the universe can whisper its response. In this pause, your inner ear becomes attuned to the subtle frequencies that signal alignment, the gentle nudges that indicate a shift in the fabric of reality. Trust that the cosmos, in its infinite wisdom, will respond in its own timing, often in ways that are far more expansive than the limited visions you once held. This practice, repeated each dawn and each dusk, becomes a ritual of initiation. It is a daily pilgrimage into the inner sanctum of your being, a disciplined return to the altar of intention where the three frequencies are continuously refined. Over time, you will notice that the very act of speaking your desire ceases to feel like a request and transforms into an expression of co-creation. The universe no longer appears as a distant, indifferent observer, but as a responsive partner, a mirror that reflects back the clarity and conviction you have cultivated. As you walk this path, you may encounter moments of resistance, moments when the old language of pleading resurfaces like a phantom from your past. In those instances, recall the story of the ancient sage who, when confronted by a storm, did not scream for shelter, but simply whispered the name of the sky, trusting that the heavens would answer. Recognize that the storm is merely a teacher, a catalyst that urges you to deepen your trust in the resonant dialect you are mastering. Each challenge is an invitation to return to the stillness, to reaffirm your alignment, and to speak once more with unwavering certainty. Now, pause for a breath and reflect upon the question that has guided this entire discourse. Are you prepared to relinquish the frantic petitions that have kept you tethered to a limited reality and instead step into the luminous, resonant language of the universe? The answer, as you have sensed, lies not in the external world, but within the quiet that follows each breath you take. It is a truth that can be heard only when you allow the inner ear to open, when you surrender the need to control and instead become a vessel for the cosmic song. If this revelation stirs something within you, if you feel the pull of a deeper current guiding you toward this sacred dialect, I invite you to share your reflections in the comments below. Tell me what symbol you have chosen, what phrase you have crafted, and how the practice is beginning to reshape the contours of your daily experience. Your insights become part of a collective tapestry, each thread adding strength to the communal fabric of seekers who are charting this hidden path together. For those who wish to continue exploring the layers of forbidden knowledge that lie beyond the veil of ordinary perception, consider joining the community that gathers here each week to delve into the mysteries of Hermetic principles, archetypal alchemy, and the timeless art of resonant manifestation. By subscribing and activating the notification bell, you will receive guidance that is both practical and profound, tools that have been guarded by initiates for centuries and are now being shared with those who are ready to receive them. Remember, the cosmos is an ever-expanding tapestry, an intricate weave of light and shadow, of intention and response. When you align your thread with the pattern of your deepest yearning, you do not merely add a strand. You become an integral part of the design, influencing the way the whole fabric unfolds. This is the power of speaking the language of resonance. It transforms the act of desire from a solitary whisper into a collaborative symphony. Take a moment now to feel the weight of this truth settle within you. Close your eyes once more, inhale deeply, and as you exhale, imagine the entire universe listening, not as a distant observer, but as a trusted companion ready to co-author the story of your life. Let this image linger as you return to the world, carrying with you the quiet certainty that your words, once refined through the three frequencies, carry the authority of a creator. May your journey be illuminated by the light of inner clarity. May your heart beat in harmony with the cosmic rhythm, and may each spoken affirmation echo across the realms of possibility, shaping a reality that mirrors the deepest truths of your soul. The path is open, the invitation is yours, and the universe awaits the sound of your resonant voice. The silence that now settles within you is not an empty void. It is a fertile ground where the seeds of intention may take root and bloom. Feel the subtle shift as the breath of the cosmos brushes against the inner chambers of your being, inviting you to listen not with ears, but with the deeper faculty of perception. In this sacred listening, the universe does not merely receive. It mirrors back the resonance you emit, amplifying it until it becomes a chorus that reverberates through the fabric of existence. Consider for a moment the ancient alchemists who whispered their formulas beneath vaulted arches, knowing that the true catalyst was not the metal they sought to transmute, but the precise vibration of their spoken word. Their laboratories were not merely tables of glass and fire, they were sanctuaries of sound where each syllable was measured, each pause intentional, each cadence aligned with the hidden frequencies that bind all things. What would happen, you might ask, if you approached your own aspirations with the same reverence for the spoken form? Would the world bend, or would you simply discover a new depth within yourself? The answer lies in the third and final frequency that completes the triad of resonant manifestation, the frequency of sacred alignment. This is the moment when intention, emotion, and expression converge into a singular luminous thread that the universe can trace without hesitation. It is the point at which the seeker becomes the conduit, the vessel transforms into the channel, and the desire crystallizes into a form that the cosmos recognizes as inevitable. To awaken this frequency, you must first honor the archetype of the scribe, the keeper of the sacred script that records the contract between you and the vast expanse. The scribe does not merely write, they inscribe with intention, embedding each glyph with purpose, each line with the weight of destiny. Imagine a parchment of light before you, each word you utter glowing with an inner fire that does not fade. As you speak, you are not merely uttering a phrase, you are etching an agreement into the very lattice of reality. Now, breathe in deeply, allowing the breath to travel beyond the physical ribs, moving into the realm where thought and feeling intertwine. As you exhale, release any lingering doubt, any fragment of fear that may still cling to the edges of your intention. Visualize the words you have chosen as luminous threads, weaving themselves through the ether, aligning with the celestial currents that flow like rivers of starlight. Feel the harmony that arises when these threads find their place among the constellations of possibility. Ask yourself, what is the ultimate purpose that lies at the heart of your desire? Is it a yearning for abundance, a call for love, a quest for purpose, or perhaps a longing to heal a wound that has lingered in the shadows of your psyche? When you name this purpose with clarity, you grant the universe a precise coordinate, a beacon that can guide the tides of chance toward your shore. In the silence that follows, listen for the subtle hum that signifies the universe's acknowledgement, a vibration that resonates with the core of your being, affirming that your request has been received and set into motion. You may wonder, how can I be certain that this resonance is truly being heard? The answer is found not in external validation, but in the inner transformation that unfolds as you align with these frequencies. Notice the subtle shifts in your daily experience, an unexpected opportunity that arrives like a whispered promise, a serendipitous encounter that feels orchestrated by unseen hands, a sudden clarity that illuminates a path previously obscured. These are the signs that the cosmos is responding, that the language you have spoken is being interpreted correctly. In the ancient traditions of the mystics, there is a practice known as the listening ritual, a communion between the seeker and the universe that occurs in the quiet moments before dawn, when the veil between worlds is thinnest. To honor this ritual, find a place where you can sit undisturbed, preferably where the night sky stretches above you, its stars like a tapestry woven with infinite possibility. Close your eyes, and with each inhalation, draw the starlight into your heart. With each exhalation, release any fragment of resistance. Let the silence become a canvas upon which the universe can paint its response. While you sit in this sacred stillness, pose a question to the cosmos, not as a demand, but as a gentle invitation. What must I become to receive what I seek? Allow the answer to arise not as a verbal reply, but as an inner knowing, a sensation, a shift in perception. Trust that this inner guidance is the echo of the universe's reply, a whisper that will guide your actions, your choices, and your subsequent affirmations. Now, let us return to the practice of the three-step manifestation formula, this time integrating the frequency of sacred alignment. Begin once more with clarify, but deepen the image until it becomes a living tableau within your mind's eye. See not only the outcome, but the feeling of having already attained it, the texture of the experience, the scent of the moment. Next, compress the image into a singular symbol that carries the essence of the entire vision, a sigil, a rune, a simple shape that resonates with your soul. Finally, emit the symbol aloud, allowing your voice to rise and fall with the rhythm of your heartbeat, each syllable a pulse that sends the sigil spiraling outward, merging with the cosmic tapestry. Feel the power of this emission as it reverberates through the layers of reality. Imagine the symbol as a seed dropping into fertile soil, the soil being the universal field of possibilities. As the seed settles, it begins to sprout, drawing nourishment from the very vibrations you have set in motion. With each breath, you provide the water and light that nurture its growth, and in turn, the seed blossoms into the manifestation you have envisioned. At this juncture, I invite you to reflect upon the journey you have undertaken within this moment. What has shifted within you? Have you sensed a new clarity, a deeper resonance, a subtle alignment that was previously hidden? Share in the comments the symbol you have crafted, the feeling that rose as you spoke it, and the insight that emerged in the quiet after. Your sharing becomes a beacon for fellow seekers, a thread that weaves together the collective tapestry of those walking this hidden path. Remember, the universe does not respond to isolated wishes. It responds to the harmonious chorus of many souls attuned to the same frequency. By voicing your intention with precision, by aligning your emotion with purpose, and by honoring the sacred alignment, you contribute your unique note to this grand symphony. As more seekers join in, the resonance intensifies, creating a momentum that can shift the very currents of fate. Now, let us consider the principle of return, an ancient tenet that teaches that what we send out into the cosmos returns to us, transformed yet recognizable. When you plant a seed of intention, you must also be prepared to receive the fruit, even if it arrives in an unexpected form. The universe is a master of creative reinterpretation. It may answer your request with opportunities you did not anticipate, with lessons that reshape your understanding, or with gifts that expand your sense of self. Embrace this mystery, for it is within the unknown that the greatest growth occurs. Ask yourself, am I ready to receive the gifts that the universe may bring, even if they differ from my original expectation? When you answer with openness, you remove the barriers that hinder the flow of abundance. The universe, ever generous, will honor this openness by delivering the bounty in the most resonant manner possible. As we draw this portion of the journey to a close, let us honor the cycle of manifestation, a perpetual loop that begins with intention, passes through emotion, is expressed through language, aligns with cosmic frequencies, and finally returns as experience. Each cycle refines your skill, sharpens your perception, and expands your capacity to co-create with the universe. With each turn of the wheel, you become more adept, more attuned, more luminous. Take a moment now to breathe in the awareness of this cycle, to feel the rhythm of your own heart syncing with the pulse of the cosmos. Visualize the wheel turning, each spoke representing a step you have mastered, each hub a point of radiant light where your purpose shines brightest. As the wheel spins, notice how the edges blur, how the distinctions between desire and fulfillment dissolve into a seamless flow. In this state of harmonious flow, you may sense a subtle invitation to deepen your practice, to explore further the hidden chambers of Hermetic wisdom, to study the ancient texts that speak of resonance, of vibration, of the power of the spoken word. Consider dedicating a portion of your day to study, to meditation, to the disciplined practice of aligning your speech with your deepest truth. By committing to this disciplined path, you honor the ancient lineage of seekers who have walked before you, those who guarded these teachings until the time was ripe for them to be shared. If this invitation stirs a fire within you, if the notion of becoming an initiator of your own destiny resonates with the core of your being, I encourage you to take a small, deliberate action right now. Perhaps write down the symbol you have crafted on a piece of paper, or whisper your affirmation into the night sky, or simply close your eyes and feel the vibration of your intention echoing through the cosmos. Let this action be your first step on the path of continual alignment, a promise to yourself that you will return to this practice, refining it with each passing day. Your participation in this shared journey amplifies the collective resonance, creating a field of intention that supports each individual seeker. As you engage, you become part of a community of seekers, a fellowship bound not by creed, but by the shared pursuit of truth, by the mutual respect for the unseen forces that shape our reality. In this fellowship, we honor each other's growth, we celebrate each other's breakthroughs, and we offer support when the path becomes steep. As we speak together, the universe listens, and it responds with a chorus of possibilities that stretch beyond the horizon of our current imagination. The invitation remains open, the portal ever ready for those who dare to step through with a heart full of clarity and a voice resonant with purpose. Now, I ask you, dear seeker, what will you choose to speak into the vastness? Will you let the silence remain unfilled, or will you fill it with the music of your deepest aspirations? The choice rests in your hands, and the universe awaits the sound of your resonant voice. If this moment has sparked within you a sense of wonder, a desire to explore further, or simply a feeling of gratitude for the guidance received, consider offering a gentle affirmation of appreciation. A simple like, a thoughtful comment, or a quiet acknowledgement can serve as a token of reciprocity, honoring the exchange that has taken place between us. In doing so, you reinforce the very principle we have been discussing, that every act of giving, no matter how small, reverberates outward, inviting more abundance into the cycle. May you continue to walk this path with confidence, with curiosity, and with the unwavering belief that your words, when spoken from the heart, hold the power to shape worlds. May your journey be illuminated by the light of inner clarity. May your heart beat in harmony with the cosmic rhythm, and may each spoken affirmation echo across the realms of possibility, shaping a reality that mirrors the deepest truths of your soul. The path is open, the invitation is yours, and the universe awaits the sound of your resonant voice. Let this moment be the seed from which a garden of infinite possibilities grows, nurtured by the resonance of your authentic expression. The silence that stretches beyond the horizon is not an emptiness, but a fertile plain awaiting the imprint of your intention. When you step forward, bearing the torch of clarified purpose, you become the cartographer of that unseen terrain, mapping pathways that have never before been traced by mortal hands. In this sacred act, Each syllable you utter becomes a compass needle, each breath a wind that carries the signal toward the far-reaching constellations that govern the flow of destiny. Consider, for a moment, the ancient initiates who whispered their vows beneath vaulted arches, their voices resonating with the stone, the air, the very earth beneath their feet. They understood that the universe does not respond to the volume of a cry, but to the purity of its vibration. A whisper, spoken from the depths of a steady heart, can move mountains, while a shouted demand born of desperation merely rattles the surface and fades into oblivion. What, then, is the true measure of power in a word? Is it the force behind it or the alignment of the soul that gives it shape? To answer this, we return to the three archetypal frequencies that have guided seekers across ages. The first, intentional alignment, is the seed of all manifestation. It is the moment when desire is stripped of illusion, revealed in its most essential form, and set upon the altar of truth. The second, emotional magnetism, is the current that propels the seed forward, turning static thought into kinetic energy. The third, resonant expression, is the final act of release, the moment when the cultivated vibration meets the outer field and is received by the cosmos as a clear, unmistakable signal. Imagine now that you are standing at the edge of a vast lake, its surface smooth as polished glass. Your intention is a pebble, your emotion the hand that lifts it, and your spoken word the gentle flick that releases it. As the pebble breaks the surface, ripples spread outward, touching every shore, every hidden cove, every distant shore that once seemed unreachable. Each ripple carries a fragment of your original purpose, amplified by the very medium through which it travels. In this metaphor, the lake is the boundless field of possibility, and you, the master of its tides. Now, ask yourself, which pebble will you cast? Will it be one forged of fear, heavy and reluctant, sinking back into the depths before it can make its mark? Or will it be one shaped by clarity, light, and resolve, soaring across the water and igniting a cascade of transformation? The answer lies not in the external world, but within the quiet chambers of your own awareness. Listen to the subtle murmur of your inner guide, the part of you that knows the language of the stars, the rhythm of the spheres. As we draw this journey to its close, remember that the path does not end with a single utterance. It is a continual practice, a rite of passage that invites you to return again and again to the altar of intention, to refine the symbols you employ, to deepen the feeling that fuels your vibration, and to speak with ever greater fidelity to the truth of your heart. Each cycle brings you nearer to the point where the universe no longer seems distant, but an intimate companion, attuned to the melody you create. If this exploration has stirred a spark within, if you feel the subtle shift of awareness taking root, honor that emergence. Offer a quiet acknowledgement, a like, a comment, a shared reflection, so that the resonance of your gratitude may ripple outward, inviting more light into this collective field. In doing so, you participate in the very principle we have uncovered, that every act of giving, however modest, amplifies the current of abundance that flows through us all. Should you wish to walk this road with others who seek the hidden code, consider joining the fellowship that gathers here. By subscribing, you become part of a circle of seekers, each committed to honoring the sacred dialogue between word and cosmos. The bell, when pressed, serves as a subtle reminder that the call to awaken is ever present, waiting for you to answer. May your days be filled with moments of crystal clear intention. May your heart beat in harmony with the universal pulse, and may every spoken affirmation echo across the realms of possibility, shaping a reality that mirrors the deepest truths of your soul. The portal stands open, the invitation is yours, and the universe awaits the sound of your resonant voice. Let this moment be the seed from which a garden of infinite possibilities grows, nurtured by the resonance of your authentic expression.